Hey everybody, this is a really special video, perhaps the most significant card that will ever be on my channel. Actually, I'm going to take it out of the sleeve. Should have done that before the video started. But this is kind of a niche card, and one that requires a little background for people that are not super into the T206 set, so I figured that I would do that. It's going to be a little bit longer of the video, but if you don't care about the minutia of what makes this card special, feel free to skip to the end. But yeah, let me just get into it. So taking a step back for context, this is the normal old mill back. This is the one that you see most often. And for the most part, this is a pretty common back. Now, there are special print groups, specifically print group 1, that is super, super tough with Old Mill. Now, comparing that to the Old Mill Southern League, you can see the differences between the two. So this one is an Old Mill Southern League. This is from the subsection of the set that had Southern League players, kind of redundant a little bit, but you can see, like I said, the difference here. Baseball series selection from Texas, Southern Atlantic, Virginia, and Southern Leagues. So a lot of the times these are the two Old Mill backs that you see. Now, there does exist another variation, and this is a very, very special and rare Old Mill card. I'll get into the controversy of what these are. So this is, I got it like this. I'm not the biggest fan of CGC for a card of a card on this level. I don't think their market is there, at least not yet, but if you look on the label, it says hand cut. T206 Cad Cole's Old Mill Southern League Brown hand cut. So let's get into the comparison here. So the prevailing theory is that these cards, they just kind of ran through as a test with the wrong color ink. Old Mills are all brown. We can get into blue Old Mill argument later. That's like a doctorate level T206 debate, and we're not going to get into that. But there's a lot of debate over why these cards exist. It's no more than a couple sheets, probably just one, that got printed with this brown ink. These are only available in the Southern League. Again, here's a comparison. This is recognized on T206 Resource as the #2 scarcest back. However, that website has not been updated recently. It's #2 behind the Ty Cobb back, but the recent Lucky 7 finds have actually put their population above the T206 brown Old Mill, putting this as what is the scarcest back recognized on the lists. PSA on their population report has 7 total graded. I know for a fact that 1 is misidentified, putting it at 6 that they have certified. Why it's misidentified is getting me into the kind of the controversy of these. So people that know about brown Old Mills, and this used to be me, and having this card in my possession has changed my mind. So what people will say to naysay the brown Old Mills is that all of the brown Old Mills are just faded black. And occasionally someone will post a faded black Old Mill that will look a little brown. And you'll go, is that a brown Old Mill? But then when you see a real brown Old Mill, I'm looking on the camera to see if it's picking up the differences. There is just simply no mistaking what is an authentic brown old mill, which is a printer's scrap, and what is a faded brown old mill. And the faded black. The faded black never have this brown. This is, and I should have pulled one, but this is so similar to the Hindu ink color. Let me hold it up next to this other old mill. You can see again how just different those two ink colors are. These are supposed to be the same. Now this Cad Coles, fun fact, his actual full first name is Cad Wallander, which is my favorite first name in the T206 set, I think. The other, now I lost my train of thought a little bit, but something important to note, which adds credence to the authenticity of these brown old mills, is like I was saying, hand cut. These were not inserted into cigarettes. Despite what this one looks like, this is a extremely nice example of a brown old mill. This card looks like it was not hand cut. It looks like a factory cut. But when you take it under a really close lens, this border is bowed just the slightest. And so it was funny when I posted this initially. People were like, what is CGC doing? That card is so nice. It's not authentic. Why didn't they grade it? But it is hand cut. It is a beautiful, beautiful card. Again, this is the most valuable card I have ever owned. I could never have afforded this if bought through proper channels. I've made it sound like I did something illegal. I did not, I promise, but just got an incredibly good deal. I don't want to get into that. But yeah, just a beautiful card. I don't know what the future holds for me in this card. I've had it for a while. It's not a card that it's hard, at least for me, to justify owning when I have some other cards that this could buy. But anyway, just a monster card, a very special card that you will not see very often on YouTube, that I just thought it was important to share and kind of explain what makes it special. So anyway, this is just an amazing, amazing card. And yeah, I'm happy I finally made the video, and hope everyone enjoyed. Feel free to ask me questions about the T206 set in general, but more facts about brown old mills. Be happy to pass on what knowledge I have. So thank you, everybody. One more comparison. That one actually is stained on the back. This is a better comparison. I should have been comparing these two. Yeah, just a beautiful card. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Move this one front and center before I say thanks everybody for watching. Help if I show the back. Hope everyone has a nice rest of their weekend. Bye.